Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there.
It's the Venom symbiote.
You were hoping to see.
Genocide Jill.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet,
The ultimate
let's go with
murderous
Genocide
fiend.
Jill.
Why not? It's me, the ultimate murderous friend.
Oh no.
What is this? What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
But I think...
I said it's textbook. Emphasis on the textbook part.
Yeah. I'm sure nobody had problems with this portrayal of the ID. Especially this image.
What really sells it is the fat guy on the right.
Yeah, he
there.
put me.
Yeah.
So intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world
Oh,
is
Bear really
composed
lucked
of
out in
fragments
getting an
of
ultimate
you.
person, like 2 ultimate people in one.
Yeah.
Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Yeah, actually, I don't have to say that because she is the ultimate murderous fiend and also the ultimate porn rider.
Exactly.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Like, if I wanted to be an asshole, I could draw a line between those two, but you know. This is the murderous friend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
And it's not true? Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Oh, by the way, Pink, did you see Beta Monokuma?
No, I did not.
Okay, before we finish the recording, I'll send him over, so you'll know.
Okay.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told
Motive?
us?
Yeah, Pink?
You said there was motive. I wasn't sure what the motive was.
The motive was, they're fucking bored. I guess.
If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24
Been
hours,
too long without a murder.
an embarrassing memory or
That's what
secret
Genocide
would be
Jill is
revealed.
bigoted. Which, I mean, you know,
That's true.
far be it from me to suggest a serial killer. It might just be a good person. You know?
Yeah.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit. But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay. I don't know what that pertains to.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Body, it's still dead.
You say
Yeah.
that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof
Ah, fuck.
do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
You say that.
perhaps if you had an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it's wrong.
That's how this is the correct thing.
Are the
I think
methods
it
of
is.
murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The lack of scissors.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction.
And scissors.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using
What happened to
ragu or
Cheerios, the
chef
Burger
Boyardee.
King of murders?
Yeah.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Chihiro was killed by Jeff Boyardee.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
The scissors.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see the clear difference.
I got it!
The extension cord.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
Indeed.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Never mind, some kind of rope.
What is your
It's just some
point?
kind of rope. We don't know what it is yet. We weren't that smart.
Wait, I know who it is. Strange rope hero.
Him!
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
And I'm also chewing off my own thumb.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were.
Yeah, it's what I said.
Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was her lover.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Alright, I'm not reading that out again. It's the names again.
Yeah, names and ages.
Yeah.
This was determined an hour ago.
Guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
I think what you're seeing on screen right now is the end result of Fujoshi's.
So since Chihiro was a
Don't know what that is.
adorable little man,
Good.
you wouldn't kill her?
Consider yourself blessed.
When an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles, don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
You better hope.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can go anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I like that she just took out the scissors, did the pose, and then put them away, apparently.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Do you reckon it was Byakuya? he killed Chihiro because she was poor.
Byakuya set it up, but I don't know if he killed Chihiro.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Genocide Jack? Byakuya is the only one that I can think of.
Here's my answer.
Byakuya's the only one who knows.
Yeah.
Until he informed us, but because he informed us, I think he's red herring.
We'll see. If we die, we'll just restart again. Assuming Monokuma gives us the option.
Yeah. I think that's a right choice to make, but I don't think the case is ending here.
Yeah, we'll see. Byakuya, It's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
It's been a while, but is Byakuya not literally the reason we know about the murder file? Because he showed us the murder file? Because he had access to the murder file?
Yes, but he also said that he's gonna try using underhanded tactics. So like in my mind currently, he told us about Genocide Jack to put the heat on to Toko, assuming that we'd be stupid and just go along with it.
That could be.
Like maybe it's someone else, but I don't know who else it could be. Just off of, all right, someone else knew of Genocide Jack. Like the only person that we know that knew of Genocide Jack to this detail was Byakuya.
But at the same time, if Byakuya, no, I'm bringing myself in a circle of confusion. I was gonna say there would have been no reason to move the body from the boys' room to the girls' room, but since Kirio's not a boy, they would.
We don't know.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
We don't know because whoever the killer was could be a girl and just used Leon's pass. Alternatively, Byakuya could have stolen Sayaka's and went into the girls' locker room, but apparently he didn't. So Chihiro must have stolen someone who's dead and went to the boys' locker room to work out, either because she was ashamed or she was trans, one way or the other.
Right. I don't know.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll find out.
Yeah.